Good evening, and hello once again, beautiful people of the world. Today, we are finally going to be doing a 3DS custom firmware guide. Now, you may be wondering if you already know a lot about 3DS custom firmware. You already custom firmware your 3DS, how are you going to do it again? This is not actually my 3DS. My 3DS is a normal 3DS XL. This is a new 3DS XL, and my 3DS is off in the touching noises. Freak. My 3DS is off in the UK getting capture carded, so be excited for that. I'm going to make a video on 3DS XL capture cards. This is actually a 3DS that somebody sent me, and they purchased my custom firmware service off of eBay. So if you don't want to watch this video, and this process is very confusing, I will leave a link to my custom firmware service where you can order that on eBay. But yeah, that is at this person's 3DS XL. And also, I do not have internet right now, so I'm using my data to stream internet to this 3DS at the moment. I'm going to check this again because I feel like it shut off. I go through the other things you need to do this. So then hit Nintendo DS Connections. Hit OK. This guide will work on all versions of the 3DS. Does not matter if it's new, a 2DS, any version of the 3DS that this guide will work on. This is from 3ds.hacks.guide's website. So, just follow along. This new 3DS is very slow. It's very annoying. Also, I'm really sick, so just ignore the sniffling. So if you see this screen, you're all good. This means you can custom firmware your 3DS. So we can go back, and then make sure, go back again, go back to the main thing. Make sure you're running version 11.13. This is the latest version of the firmware, and it will make sure that you are able to do this. So, now, write down your friend code. I already have my friend code written down. So, now, we're going to power off the system, because we do not need it on anymore. And I have my phone here because I'm going to need to download files with my phone, which is going to be extremely annoying. This is the problem with my freaking ISP being the laziest piece of shit in the world. So turn off your 3DS and then take out the SD card. I really don't like how in the new 3DSs, the SD card is under the back plate. It's very unintuitive and not annoying. Or very annoying, actually. Come on. Jesus, I felt like I destroyed the screw hole there. I really do not like this. I wish they kept the SD card slot at least. I think I'm just going to leave the back plate off. So take out the SD card. Oh my goodness. I hate... Come on! There we go. Jesus, I want the SD card of my XL back. Now insert this into your adapter thing and insert it into your PC. Alright, now we're going to hop over to the PC screen. And we're going to open up... Yes, thank you. Going to open up this, and you're going to see, if it's a fresh 3DS, you're going to see just one 3DS file. If you don't, go through 3ds.hacks.guide. I'll leave a link to that in the description, and you will see how to get your ID 0. So this is your ID 0. You're going to want to rename and copy this. Now, you're going to want to go to brute force movable. So we're going to open this back up. My phone turned off again, so that means I'm going to have to freaking reconnect the stupid hotspot. freaking... Alright, let's go to brute force movable. Hopefully this works on my phone, or else this entire video will be for nothing. Okay, so here we are at brute force movable. That looks like crap. Here, let me adjust the focus. And there we are. Brute force movable. And we're going to enter our friend code and our ID 0 here and then hit go. So I'm going to do that really quickly, and I am going to see you back when I have typed that in. Okay, so we have entered our friend code and our ID 0. This is not my friend code. This is that dude's friend code that bought from me. So, yes, if you want to add him up, he's going to be bombarded. But I wouldn't recommend doing that. He purchased this custom firmware for a reason. So then you want to hit go. And some processes are going to happen. And then you're going to... Okay, there we go. You're going to want to register this friend in your friends list. Not this specific one, but whatever the website gives you. So I'm going to do that real quick. Hopefully this stupid hotspot is still working. Or else I'm going to have to freaking... Please be on. Come on, have internet. Nope. Oh my... Oh wait, yes. Okay. We have internet. Alright, let me focus. There we are. Go into our friend codes. Friend list. Register friend. Internet. And then type in the code that's on the website. And then just name it like bot or something. Hit OK. Okay, so if you see this screen, it means your ID 0 is correct and you just have to wait. And now it is brute forcing, as you can see. And then download the movable.sed. And now we have that. And now we can continue with the process. So now what you're going to want to do is head over to the banner bomb tool. Again, link will be in the description. This over here, the banner bomb TAD muffin online. Choose the file. I'm going to go into my files. Go into downloads. You're going to see a bunch of my personal files. So there we go, movable.sed, select that, there you go, and then start. And then you're going to get the banner bomb file. So now I'm going to put these into the computer, and you will see what happens. So I'm going to go over to here, go to my downloads, or not my downloads, my phone. Sorry. Here's our movable.sed. We need this. Copy and replace. Alright, there's our movable.sed. And now we need tadmuffinout.zip. Here we go. And move this to the desktop. So now we can go in here. Here we are. So now we're going to go to Output, USA, Europe, Japan, Korea, food for 3ds.bin. This is the bin file we're going to get shown. So we want to go to our 3ds SD card now. Go in here, go in here, go in here. And then here, we want to create a new file called Nintendo DSiWare. Spell it exactly as I do. God, I can't reach my keyboard. Nintendo DSiWare. Spell it exactly as I did. And then put your food for 3ds.bin inside this file. Now, eject your SD card, and we're going to set up that in your, we're going to set up DSiWare inside of your 3DS. So, we're going to go back to here. Camera got shaken up. And we're gonna shut off the 3DS. Come on, shut off. Oh, take the game card out too. That's good for good practices. Put in the SD card. And now, shoot. The internet. Oh, nope, it didn't turn off. Good. Okay, now we're going to go to System Settings. Data Management. DSiWare. Micro SD card. And it should crash. If it crashes, you're good. You're good if it crashes. Epic. Look at this. 99. Oh, well. An error occurred. Okay, that's good. You like that. I like it if an error occurs. So now, what we can do with this is, what that's going to do, right? You can power this off now. What that's going to do is create an extra bin file. And with that bin file, we can use it to activate special DSiWare. I hate this stupid freaking SD card slot in the 3DS. What we can do with that is, with that bin file, is manipulate that bin file to run DSiWare applications that will hack our 3DS. So, put the SD card back into your computer. Okay. Now we're going to go back to the display. You can shut this off. Here, this bin file. Now, what we can do with this is, I need to move it to copy to, I need to copy it to my phone because we're going to need to use it with a website. So I'm just going to copy it to download. Editing, Boolean Gemini here. Before you put the hacks binary file on here, you're going to want to install basically your kernel for your 3DS SD card. Focus this, come on. Focus, will you? You want to install, basically, this is going to be your kernel for your 3DS SD card. So we're going to download this pretty quickly. I'll leave a link to this in the description. Basically, I made a Google Drive of all the files you need to put into your SD card in order to launch the hacks. Okay, we're back. After a long journey of figuring things out, yeah, we figured a bunch of things out. So delete freaking, if you see these private folders, just delete them. They're super annoying, and they just clog up your 3DS. So go to... I'm just going to grab this zip file that I have. Should be in B. Here we go. Yeah, this is somebody else's AIO file, but it's for the context of this video, so I will make my own and give you the files so that I'm not stealing anything. Because stealing people's stuff is not good. So, go here. Go to the root of your SD card. And now you can transfer all this stuff to here. And we're gonna open up Fred tool. We're gonna open up Fred tool. Focus. Yes, okay. So the DSIware.bin, that is the .bin that we... So first, movable.scd, that's pretty easy. Choose the file from my files. Movable.scd. Then the second one is the bin file that you have just moved to, that you just created. So the new bin file. Then just do the captcha, I guess. So it's going to automatically do it for me. Or maybe I just clicked it by accident. And then start. Then we're going to wait. And now, here we go. Download the Fred tool package. And it's going to download... Sorry, this is gonna take a while because... Oh, there we go, it's done. Okay, so now we can go back to the computer. Sorry about this. It's hard doing this without internet. Oh, geez. Go back to the... Here. Go to download. Now this is updated with the Fred tool thing. Close out of that for a second. Open up Fred tool. Actually, no, we need this open. And then we're gonna go back to the SD card. Oh my gosh. Where's the... There it is. Jesus. Alright. Now we can open this. Go to output. Go to hacks. And this new bin file, we can go in here. We can delete this. We're not going to need this anymore. Sorry, my phone keeps turning off. It's very annoying. We're not going to need this anymore, so you can delete it. Go into 3DS. Here. Nintendo DSiWare. Delete this bin file. We do not need food for 3DS anymore. And insert the hacks bin file, which I think... Yes, okay. Insert the hacks bin file. Now that that is done, we can close out of this, and take our SD card back one more time. I'm gonna have to do this a couple more times. Sorry about the weird audio quality. I'm jumping around my microphone here. I'm almost done downloading files off the phone. So let's go back to the DSLR. Focus in on the 3DS. And let's put back the SD card. And let's turn it on again. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some hacks. Oh freak! Oh my God! Stop hitting everything. We're gonna head over to System Settings again. Data Management. DSiWare. MicroSD card. And then we're gonna select Hacks. And then we're going to copy this, and then copy it to the system memory. Now what we can do is go back Back. Internet settings. Nintendo DS connections. And there we are. And now we are in the Japanese flip note thing. So you're going to want to watch me very carefully because you need to follow this pattern exactly. If you don't, then you might mess up something and it could be very, very bad. We're going to press this, right hand, this, left, okay. Then we're going to press this. And here it's going to show this. It's going to show that your SD card is not there. If this happens, which is happening to me right now, just give it like 30 seconds to a minute. Because I don't know what's wrong with this new 3DS, but it's really, really slow. And so it might take some time for your SD card to show up. So I'm just going to cut, and then hopefully our SD card will be loaded. Okay, our SD card loaded, and that took a freaking long time, but here we go. SD, and you should see this Lenny face. If you didn't see the Lenny face, then you didn't put the Banner Bomb files onto your SD card. So hit this, and then press this, press up, then press this little film button, then press right twice, press this button, press left twice, then press this new button that showed up. And now we're gonna get to this screen, and it's gonna get to boot 9 strap. If there's an error, I'll leave a link to the solution to the error. Then we're gonna go down and install boot 9 strap. And as you can see here, it says for version 11.13.0 only. So if you were running any other versions, you needed to update that before we started. So install the bootstrap, then press select and start to go. And it's done. So then press home to exit. Press OK. Now we should get into a Luma 3DS configuration. So now we just want to go down to show NAND or user string in system settings. Hit A. Press start to save this. And that is going to reboot the 3DS. Sorry, I just had to read a little bit there. Now, we have Luma 3D. Oh my gosh, you can see my face on the 3DS. Now, we have Luma 3DS installed. So now, we can power it off, just to make sure. Power off the system, just to be safe. You don't want any errors happening. Now what we're going to do is restore the Nintendo DS connections. So, take out the SD card again. Gosh, I hate this. I hate this little divot thing. God, I wish they just had the full-size SD card slot. And put it back into the computer. And let's go over to open the Fred tool again. Yep. Go to output. WinRAR is giving me an error message. Thank you. Go to output, clean, and now we can go to Nintendo 3DS. Go here again. Go into DSiWare, and then replace this bin. Replace the file in this destination, and now we should be all good to go. So now that is all of the files that you need, and now we can finally complete the last step of the custom firmware process, which is going through Homebrew and then some optional steps if you want to be very careful. So insert that back into the SD card slot, and let's power it on once again. So what we're going to be doing is going into DS Download Play and setting DS Download Play as our Homebrew accessing point. And then we're going to be sorry, I'm just looking at a few files. Then we're going to be, come on, here we go, DS Download Play. And now we're going to, punching the microphone again. Now we're going to press left shoulder, so L, down, and select. So, oh my gosh, L, down, select. And that is going to open the Rosalina menu. So now we're going to go to English. We're going to go down to miscellaneous options. And then switch the HB title to the current app. And then operation succeeded. You can go back, 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 return to home menu, and close out of this. And then open again. And now it should launch you into Homebrew, and we can open up CTR no offset time, and then press A to set current offset to 0. Hit A, and then offset changed successfully, and then we can press start to quit. Now we can go into FBI, SD card, CIAs, current directory, install and delete all CIAs. Yes. And this might take a little bit, so after punching the microphone a few times and getting interrupted, we're finally back. And after you've installed all those CIs, press OK. And now you can go back to the home menu. And new software has been added to the home menu. So close this out first. And then you can just unwrap everything. You got your Homebrew launcher, you got your Luma 3DS updater, you got Checkpoint, you've got DSP1, which is actually very important, FBI, and Anemone, whatever the freak this is, Anemone. So open DSP1. And then it's going to automatically download. And now you can just delete the app by pressing B. After doing this step, you can now shut off the 3DS. And we're going to be doing one final step just to utilize God Mode 9. So hold start and then hit power. And you'll boot into God Mode 9. And then it's going to give you this: essential files, backup not found, create one now, hit yes. And then backup embedded into sysnan and written into GM9 out, and then press A to continue. Seems to be wrong, set it now, and then hit yes. And now we're just going to set our month, date, and time, 2020. It is 05. Jesus Christ, I have no clue what time it is. Okay, so now that we're in here, go down to Memory Virtual. go down to boot9.bin. Here we go. And then down here, we're going to copy to gm9/out. Camera, man. Focus. There we go. Copy to gm9/out. And now we're done. What's up, guys? So I actually forgot, like, very important steps, so bear with me. So, boot into God Mode 9 by holding Start and the power button. I hate these freaking new 3DS things. Go to... hit Home. Hit the Home button. Scroll down to Scripts. Scripts. There, kind of see that. Then GM9 Megascript. Is that gonna focus? Yep, there it is. GM9 Megascript. Then go to Scripts from Plilex Guide. Set up Luma 3DS to CTR NAND. Then proceed, and enter the code on the bottom. Just enter that button code. And you'll see Luma 3DS copied successfully. Hit A to continue. Then go down here and go to Cleanup SD card. Cleanup SD card. And select that. And then just hit A to yes. Okay, focus in on my face. There we go. I need people to see my face, you know? I'm a beautiful guy. And it's just gonna delete some files. It's gonna take a little bit. And now we can just reboot the system by pressing Start. Or by pressing Home and power off system. I'm gonna cut to the next part where I show you how to restore the... Actually, no. Another thing. Back to this. So, you need to open Fred tool. Oops, sorry. You need your SD card. So, let me get my SD card. Freaking wrestle it out of that stupid slot. Come on. Get in this freaking thing, dude. Alright, now we can go to... Here are the files. Shut up. Holy crap. I deleted literally all of my games. That's awesome. I'm gonna have to download this again. Go to Output, Clean, and then where your hacked.bin was, you're gonna want to replace it with the clean bin. Replace the file in this destination. Now, we're gonna go back and take the SD card out. Back in this thing. Doing this is a pain in the butthole. Come on, holy crap. This is slower than my 3DS XL. My regular 3DS XL. Telling me it has more CPU power. Bitch, this is slow as heck. Alright, so now go into system settings. Freak. God dang it. Data management. DSiWare, micro SD card, this thing, copy, okay, and we're good. So now we've restored the DS connections, so now we can go into Nintendo DS connections. There we go, finally. And yep, back to normal. And now we can utilize things like FBI, Anemone, Homebrew, if you need to use Homebrew apps. But we're gonna do one thing in Luma 3DS, because this is actually an updater. And all it is just checking for a latest release. And now it's just going to install a stable version. So press A plus X. And now it is backing up payloads and downloading new ones. And Luma 3DS will be updated, so I'm glad I showed you this before I got off. So now update is complete. And just hit start to reboot the system. So now we are finally done with custom firmwaring our Nintendo 3DS. So that's going to do it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Love you guys.